So, hot topic that I feel compelled to speak on this morning. There was a situation over the weekend that, if you don't know, you're under a rock somewhere. But T.I. and his son, King, who we watched grow up on reality television, were recently into a argument that turned physical. Mildly physical, but nonetheless physical. And it's sad, and I'm not here for the jokes and the commentary as far as speaking on what should have been done a year ago, what should have been done at this point. What happened, everything was divinely ordered. Everything was divinely ordered. And in short, it was a joke that was made. They were joking about his mobility, how he was raised, the type of home he was raised in, and his ability to have basically a covering, a blanket of not just financial covering, but actual two parent home support covering. These are entertainers we're talking about. They do have very busy lifestyles, very demanding lifestyles, in order to maintain the life at the time, especially of his growing up. Very, very, very demanding lifestyles that required a lot of money, quite frankly, and they had to be where they had to be, and obligations were met. But at the end of the day, this child had disrespected his parents in public, whether it be private or in public. That's just something that is not necessarily, it's taboo in a Black household. We naturally, just from what we have come from, we have control over our families. We have control over our kids. And there is a natural order in the home of most Black families. And you see it all the time. We joke about it, comparing other nationalities or other races to the African American family, and in short, what others will take and what we won't tolerate. And for the most part, I have been in the majority where we're like, okay, yeah, that's pretty much right. Most of those videos are right. But in this case, this child has disrespected his family. He's come from a privileged home. He has his parents have had the means to do just about whatever this child wanted to means to support whatever this child wanted to do in life. And with that comes the, not just the entitlement, because a lot of people feel like, oh, he's just so entitled. He's so entitled and he's so privileged that he's oblivious to the advancement that he was born with in this life as an African American male. Well, I don't think he's oblivious to it, and I do believe that there was a certain advancement, and there's still a covering that he has. If he decides to stop doing music today and go back to school, his parents can pay off 4 years just like that. Just like that. Let us know you're serious, and we there. And that is what the American family really thrives to do. That's what we thrive to do. And he couldn't understand that his parents were telling him the lifestyle that you have in your mind, That's a dream that you're having. But why are you dreaming that? Why are you wanting to go back to the hood? Why are you trying to, perpetuate this narrative that you didn't have a choice? And you're making it seem like this was what you had to do. And I think a part of what King was trying to say was that I know I so-called had a choice to be where I could have been, whether it be with my parents or whether it be with my grandma, but I am a man, or I am a principled individual no matter where I am. He missed the point of the beginning of the conversation, which basically came simply from talking about what you have had to go through. And just like most teens, he don't listen. He was not listening. And he became very loud, and he became very belligerent and disrespectful to his parents and to his family and to his siblings. A lot of people don't understand, but when you as a sibling do things to the parents, now your other siblings feel that they're put in a situation. They may feel that they're put in a situation to where they have to either talk to you or handle you for disrespecting their parents, because that's their parents too. So at the end of the day, this child is a child that simply, and I know what it is, because I'm saying this from a middle class family, in America's perspective, and a teen that don't listen. And this is why I feel so compelled to speak on this. Because when you have two parents in the household, the challenges are a little bit different than when you have one parent. It's easily understood as a one-parent household that we are in this together. As a teen, you may have to go to work and still go to school and still give me half that check, or maybe all of it, give or take about $100. But at the end of the day, there's order and there's understanding of their role. And in watching T.I.'s family situation unfold, they need not be embarrassed. I heard him say he embarrassed his family, and one would think that, but they need not be embarrassed, because just like their reality show helped a lot of people, this situation is helping a lot of people, because it helped me to be able to see it from the outside looking in, that this child is a child that does have everything he needs. Everything he has ever needed, he has had. He does not know what it means to have lights cut off. He does not know what it means to have to make sure he eat lunch at school, because you just don't know if y'all may have enough. He's never had to watch his mom not eat because she's trying to make sure they're eating. So it's a lot of things that children just don't realize that have a two-parent household, and they have the means to the basic necessities, and even a few occasional trips, or even more than a few occasional trips, maybe about 3 or 4 trips a year, or every two trips a year. Those children have a place in the family, but the challenge is to find their place in the family. I know it's not helping mom with the bills, so that's not clearly, that's the one important thing checked off the list that I could do, but I can't do. Okay, because they don't need me to do that. Okay, I could be here to make sure that my siblings are taken care of. As far as my mom is going to work or my dad is going to work, there's nobody else here. I am that person. I have to make sure that, I'm a teenager. I got to make sure that get back and forth to school, pick them up from the daycare, whatever, helping my parent out. Or other things that are necessary in the house. Oh, my mom is blind. I have to, I told my mom that I would be that person that, my mom recently went like, I told my mom I would be the person that cooks dinner every night. And my mom doesn't have to, that's one thing that my mom does not have to worry about doing, although she's very much capable of doing so, even while blind. This is something important to this child. And see, that is the role. It's not about people finding their children something to do outside of the home. It's that child trying to find their place within that family. They're trying to find their niche within the family because he knows what he wants to do as far as his career. That baby said he wants to do music, and he's doing it. And from what I'm seeing, he has a pretty wide fan base. So that's not the problem here. The problem is creating an own true identity, a self-identity. What is his self-image? And that's the problem, because he has not had a identity that was either that he felt was necessary in the family. And just a little bit of insight. We don't come from a family that has had to really truly struggle. Have things ever been tight over the years as my children were growing up, my older children were growing up? Yes, but things have never been to where we had to move or downgrade or lights or gas or anything like that being cut off, and the children having to simply worry because their hands are tied and they can't do anything. They're just a child in the situation. So the point of it is that out of all of this, I see one thing. I see him fighting for a identity and his role of importance. And I'm going to be honest with the teenagers. If you are a teenager watching this, I want you to know that for those types of families, if you come from those type of families that I just described, your presence is important. Because you do all these things to try to find your way and get out the house, and I want to go here and I want to move there and I want to live with this person and I want to live with that person. First of all, you're creating a pattern of running every time something is uncomfortable for you. Oh, I couldn't go out. Oh, I got suspended at school. Oh, my parents got on to me. And you develop this pattern of running. And then you wonder why you don't have the things that you truly desire, because you have created a pattern of running so fast that you're not allowing the blessings that God have for you to come to you, because your mind, as you're running in the physical, your mind is running. You got to sit down, stay calm, and remain focused on the main goal. Let the main goal be to at least get your foundation in education. It used to be just getting a high school diploma. But now, if you're not privileged, you definitely need to be trying to go and get some sort of higher education. Some sort. Whether it be some type of degree, certification, and get experience immediately. As much as experience as your time for education and time for working can allow. Okay? So with that being said, back to the parents. We have to organize the family dynamic more. And this is as the families, because these 1990s children from in America, a lot of us didn't know what it was like to have two parents in the household. And now that number has grown very significantly, now it is our duty to make the children understand their place in a 2-parent household. And it's not to diminish their it's not to diminish their presence, not to diminish their capabilities or their abilities or their capabilities or even the possibilities for them within the house. What it is to organize the family so that we understand why I am needed. So even if I'm in trouble, mom and dad I know they still love me. I know they still need me. I know they still care about me. And I know I still matter in this family. And that is a lot of what they are dealing with as it pertains to the lashing out and that unruly behavior. And so I would say to anybody that is dealing with this, with their teen, and they have had that well-rounded family, and we're trying to figure out and understand, why is this? You don't even know what you really could be dealing with. I would like to let you know that you are not alone. Prayer is real. Meditation works. And counseling and therapy. That is the next steps for my family. That is the next steps that should be the next steps for T.I. and Tiny. That really should. It really should. Because he needs to understand what they're saying, and they need to understand what he's saying and what he means, and what his perspective is. Because just like he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth with options and choices, they don't know what it's like to be a child that is born with that. They know what it's like to be the child on the other side. So they have to understand what he's saying, because they speak 2 totally different languages at this point. But that's my time. Just wanted to put my little 2 cents out there as a regular Joe Blow. Who am I? But I do understand this. We are all one under the sun, because we all experience the same things, no matter what the tax bracket is. And y'all stay blessed. I love y'all. Bye.